Hello friends, welcome to my channel DevOps All in One. So in my previous video, I have covered the Jenkins installation on Windows local machine as well as on the cloud. So in today's video, I am going to cover the Jenkins configuration part. So let's start. I have prepared a document for all the configuration with the screenshots. I will share with you guys in the description box. So first thing is configure system. So for that, you need to click on Manage Jenkins menu options from the left hand side of the Jenkins dashboard screen. So as you can see, this is the left screen and you can select the Manage Jenkins and you can see the configuration part of the system. In this configure system, we can configure the global settings and paths. So let's have a look at system settings. So as you can see, the home directory for Jenkins is this one. Okay. There are some configuration for Maven project. So to run the Maven project, number of executors selected are 2. These are some by default settings. In Jenkins URL, you can see the URL of your Jenkins. So if you are in the organization and you want to set up your Jenkins for organization, then you can set up the name as per the organization needs. You can see the environment variable we can set like Java home. If you are using SonarQube, then once you install the SonarQube plugin, then this configuration will display here. So you just have to give the details for your Sonar, just like Sonar name and the server URL for Sonar and the service authentication token. Other settings are like by default. If you are using Nexus in your application, then you can set the configuration of Nexus like this. So you have to choose a display name, server ID, server URL for the Nexus, and the credentials. Also, if you want your Jenkins to send the email notification to the developers, then you can configure your email notification here. Like SMTP server will be smtp.gmail.com. This is my configuration. So like for Gmail. So if you want to configure for your organization email, then you can set up accordingly. So for Gmail, the SMTP server is smtp.gmail.com. Then I just checked on use SMTP authentication. I gave username and password for my Gmail ID. You have to use an SSL port for this. So SMTP port for Gmail is 6465. Reply to address will be the same. And you want to test all this configuration, then just click on the test configuration and select the email recipient and click on test configuration. So you can see email was successfully sent. So like this, you can configure your Gmail email configurations. Yeah, that's it for the configure system settings. let's move to the second section of Manage Jenkins. So as you can see, so global configure global security option will provide the ability to set up the users and their relevant permissions on Jenkins instance. So by default, you will not want everyone to be able to define the builds or other administrative tasks in the Jenkins. So Jenkins provide the ability to have security configuration in one place. Okay. Let's go into the configure global security. So security related configuration you will find here. So in authentication section, you can see the security reason is for me, it's Jenkins own user database. So when I install this Jenkins, so Jenkins uses its own database to store all my user information, the roles which I have provided. In organization level, if you have a LDAP directory to connect to the all the members of your organizations, you can give the LDAP server that you need to place here, and you have to give all these information for the LDAP. But for me, Jenkins using its own database for now. In authorization strategy, when you install the Jenkins, by default, it will be like logged in users can do anything will be checked. But if you, in your organization, if you want to have a role-based strategy means you can assign the roles, you can manage all the roles for a particular user, such as if you want your developers, if you want one of your employees in the organization to be set as a admin, then you can give the admin role to that employee. If there is a developer in your organization and you want to give the role for that developer inside Jenkins, then you can create a role as a developer and add that user and give the role developer to that user so that he can access certain things in the Jenkins which are restricted by you. So I will cover that part in the assign role section. So for now, just think like I am selecting role-based strategy. So by default, you will not see this role-based strategy option here. So you have to install plugin role-based authorization. Then you can see this option here. Other things are like for the agents, these are the TCP ports. So whenever you are going to create the slave nodes on the Jenkins, then you can provide the port required for those slave agents. So by default, it will be like disable. But when you do your master slave configuration in your Jenkins, then you have to select one of these options, random or maybe fixed. Okay. Yeah, that's it for global configure security. The next option is global tool configuration. Manage Jenkins global tool configuration. So Jenkins provide a large number of plugins data, and you can use number of tools inside Jenkins. So to configure those tools, you have to go to the global tool configuration. Here you can see JDK. So once you click on JDK installation, you can add your JDK path over here. Okay. If you don't have any Java installed in your system, then you can click on Java install automatically. So it will install automatically from one of the option from here. But in our case, we already have installed. So we are giving the path of Java there. So you have to give the Git installation path as well to install, to check out your code. Git related operations can be performed using this. You can see SonarQube scanner installation. Okay, so in previous configure system section, we have configured the SonarQube server details. Here we have to give the tools details. So for this, you need to install the SonarQube in your system, or if you don't want to install, then you can install automatically. It will get installed from the Maven Central. Maven installation, you have to give the path of Maven. So this way you can configure your softwares which are installed on the Jenkins. Let's go to the next part, that is configure credentials. So whenever you are running any job or any project on the Jenkins, then you maybe have to connect to the Git, or maybe you have to connect to the Docker Hub. So while connecting to that, you can't just hard code your passwords on your pipeline script. So for that, you can configure your credentials from here. So you can see the credential section here. You go to the system, global credentials. I have set up all these credentials for GitHub, Tomcat, Nexus, Docker Hub. If you want to add credentials, then click on add credentials. So here, what kind of credentials you need to add? There are many options available. If you want to give username and password, then select this. Select any option for your let's see, I am having a GitHub credentials already, so I'm just giving the credential name GitHub1, and here I'm saying GitHub. So like this, you can add your credentials. So GitHub1 is added. There are other options also. So if you have a Google Cloud account, and if you want to give the service account credentials from your private key, then you can select these. You have to select your project name and choose your JSON key file. This way you can connect this Jenkins to the cloud. We can add credential with the secret file, secret text, or certificates. So based on your requirements, you can add your credentials. Then we can see global tool configuration is done. Configure credential is also done. Then we can see the manage plugin. Okay, so manage plugin, let's click here. So through manage plugin and plugin manager option, you can install the plugins which are required for your project. So you just have to go to the available and search for your plugin. So if you are running any .NET project and you need some MS Build plugin to install, then you can just click on MS Build and just install without restart. I'm just install without restart. success. So like this, you can install your plugins in the Jenkins. Whatever the plugins install, you can see it in the install section. And in advance, if you don't have any plugin available in the Jenkins, that is very rare case, then you can upload the plugin you install from some third party server and upload your plugin here. So that way you can manage your plugin. There are other configuration labels such as system information, where you can see the list of all current Java system properties and system environment variables. Here you can check what version of Java is currently running in, what user is running under, and so forth. Okay. So this option will provide you all the details, like which executable war is running the Jenkins file. You can see the library path of all the plugins installed, which runtime you are running on. So this kind of information you can see in the system information section. Next is a system log. So system log option is used to view the Jenkins log file in real time, as well as the main use of this option is for the troubleshooting of your job. System log, all Jenkins logs. So you can see the informations available here for the tracking of your jobs. Then next option is a load statistic. This option is used to see the graphical data on how busy your Jenkins instance is. Okay. Load statistic. You can see check your resource utilization and see if you need more computers for your build. So it will give you a statistical representation of your machine, that on what time which executor is running and which executor is having a bunch of load. So you can manage your Jenkins accordingly. Next option is Jenkins CLI. So CLI is like command line interface. So using this option, you can access the various features in Jenkins through command line. To run this CLI, you need to follow some commands so that it gets started. Jenkins CLI is used very rarely, but if someone is having a very good knowledge and experience in writing or executing commands, then he can use Jenkins CLI. So you have to follow this command, and you can see there are a bunch of commands available here, which will be used to execute code, delete your node, get your job information, create your credentials. That kind of commands are given here. Next thing is manage and assign roles. So previously I told you that you need to have your strategy. So we have choose a role-based strategy. Manage and assign roles. If you go to the manage role section, you can see there are two roles already available, that is admin role and developer role. Okay. So based on your role, there are the permissions which are allocated to each role. So admin will have all the permissions, like to create credentials, to create the agents, to create jobs, to run the jobs. But developer will have only a read permission. I don't want my developers to create jobs or interfering into any kind of administrative task that he doesn't know. So I will restrict my developer to only view the configuration. Okay, if you want to add another role, just like business analyst, I'm adding this role. So you can see business analyst is added. So business analyst will not having much knowledge on Jenkins. So, but business analyst, if you want to just read the jobs, or you can say if you have a view permission, a read permission, then I will give only those permission which are suitable for the business analyst. So likewise, you can manage your roles. Then let's go to here. You can save your changes. Then assign roles. So before assigning role, you need to create your users. Okay. So there are multiple users already created by me, like developer one, Paulo, Rolando, Sachin. So Sachin is me and I have admin rights, and other few guys have given the developer role. Okay. So business analyst, I haven't given any role to anyone. So let's create one user with the business analyst. So for that, you need to go to manage Jenkins again, and you have to add the users. So in manage user section, you have to create the user. So username will be like Ganesh. Password I'm giving to Ganesh. Pulnesh, Ganesh, Gaitonde. And email will be like ganesh@gmail.com. I'm creating user. So you can see Ganesh, the user with the name Ganesh is created. Let's go to manage Jenkins and assign role section. Manage and assign roles. Assign roles. We have to use an add user Ganesh here. Ganesh. Okay, Ganesh is added, but Ganesh is only a business analyst. So I am giving him a business analyst role. That's it. Okay. So with this user, you can log into the Jenkins, and based on your role, you can see what permissions you are having. Okay. So if I'm going to the developer one, let me log out. Okay, developer one is missing overall read permission. Maybe the password is not correct for developer. So if I am giving Ganesh, so Ganesh is missing overall read permission. Ganesh is currently logged in. Let's create one more user. User. Okay, create user, manage Jenkins, assign roles, user, developer, save. Okay, I forgot to save Ganesh, so that's why it was not showing. So this way you can manage your roles, create your roles, create the users, and assign users to that particular role, give the permission to the particular role, and then that's it, guys. Let's move ahead to the next part. Okay, so in this manage and assign roles, we played with the roles, right? So you have to select from configure global security, you have to select the role-based strategy to perform all the operations on assign and manage nodes roles. To get this option, you have to go to the manage plugin section and search for role-based authorization strategy plugin. Just install it. This option will come there and you can select. Manage user section, we just checked. Then we can see the backup manager. Backup manager will not available on this section. Just you have to go to the manage plugin section and search for backup manager. So I already have installed this backup manager. So once you select, this is the backup plugin that you need to install. So what is the use of backup manager? So backup manager is used to backup all your Jenkins configuration. So in case if the system is getting crashed, then you can take the backups on timely basis so that you can take your configuration to another machine. So that's how you can take the backup of your configuration. So to get that, you just have to go to backup manager. You have to first set up your backup configuration files. So backup directory that you need to give, that is C Jenkins backup, because I don't have another virtual machine here. So I'm giving it the backup directory as a C Jenkins backup. The format will be zip. You have to give the name of the template and you have to select what content you need to backup. So based on that, just save this information and click on backup Hudson configuration. So once you click that, the backup will be started. So you can see in my C drive, Jenkins backup. So this backup file is created. So when you have to restore your configuration, then click on restore Hudson configuration and select that file and restore. So in manage Jenkins sections, we have covered configure system, configure global security, credentials, global tool configuration, manage plugin, system information, system logs, load statistics, Jenkins CLI, manage nodes and cloud is remaining, but this is a separate topic which will cover exactly your master slave configuration in Jenkins. So that I will cover in the next video. So please do watch my videos, and to get all the updates on my videos, please subscribe to my channel DevOps All-in-One. After that, we have covered manage and assign roles. This is a separate plugin which which was not present by default, so I have installed. So it is just to launch your build agent in the Docker containers. Then we have checked the manage users also, backup manager. So that's all from the configuration part, guys. Thank you for watching my videos. In next video, I will cover the master slave Jenkins architecture, where we can manage all your nodes. We can see by default Jenkins provide the master agent which have two executors, but you can also create the slave agents so that it will reduce the load of master executor. So that I will cover in the next part. So please do keep in touch. Thank you so much. Bye.